Hello everybody! So we are from Isabela State University main campus. Under the program of Bachelor of Public Administration, we'll share with you our insights and opinion about the flight from conversation by Sherry Thurkel under our subject of purposive communication. But first, we will introduce ourselves. Well, I am Ashbel Joy S. Giab.
Good day, everyone. My name is Jordan B. Chumani.
Hi, my name is Antoinette A. Di Guzman.
I am Angela May A. Aguilar.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ria S. Cariaga.
To cut off the introduction, we had given a 5 guided question in order for us to share our insights and opinion about the reading. Well, to give you a short overview on what the flight from conversation by Sherry Thurkel wants to convey is that many people, especially on today's generation, relies more on technology to be a vehicle for a universal communication. Well, this can be done through our devices using different platform or social media platform through the use of text messages, video messages, and even an audio messages. So with this situation, what does alone together mean? Well, it is simply you are being with someone physically but do not have any interaction or spiritual communication with them. It is more likely that you focuses more on your device rather than communicating with the people around you. As she had mentioned in her reading, many people, whether from home, school, workplaces, and even on roadsides, many people look down with their devices. Why is that so? Since they are browsing with their phones and any other social media platform in order for them to acquire information and any relevant topic and issue so that they will be aware and satisfy their aesthetic wants. Thus, they also use this platform to communicate with their families, friends, relatives, and so on, even if they are kilometers or miles away from us. As per my perception, even a technology connects us with people who are away from us. This gives us a disadvantages or a barrier towards a successful communication. First and foremost, the big letter M. A misunderstanding. We cannot truly express how we feel through our devices. It also gives us mechanical barriers such as poor signals, a low battery percentage, which will result on a miscommunication or a misunderstanding. This will also strengthen the minds of individuals to rely more on technology for the communication rather than making a real-time conversation with the people around them. This will also practice people to have a socialization physically but will not have an interaction, which they will focus more on their devices. This will prevent an effectivity on a fruitful connection and a communication of a people to other. Well, alone together is a word that defines a community's individual that join together physically but not having a relation to their mind or an spiritual communication. Always remember that having a physical with a presence of mind communication will build a foundation for an effective communication to provide a better environment today and for the future generation.
What is face-to-face conversation? A face-to-face conversation, it is a form of communication between two or more individuals that takes place in person, with the participants being close, physical to one another. This type of conversation allows for direct and immediate interaction between the participants, with the ability to observe and interpret nonverbal cues such as facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language. It can take place in a variety of settings such as workplace, social gatherings, or in educational settings. One of the advantages of face-to-face conversation is that they allow for a deeper level of connection and understanding between participants. Through direct eye contact and observation of nonverbal cues, individuals are better able to establish trust and convey emotion. This can lead to more effective communication and the ability to better understand each other's perspective. However, face-to-face conversation also have some disadvantages. During a face-to-face conversation, it can be challenging to remember all the details that were discussed, especially if the conversation was lengthy. Unlike digital conversation, it can be replayed and recorded. Moreover, one disadvantages of face-to-face conversation is that the lack of privacy. When you have a conversation in person, anyone near can overhear what you are saying. This can be particularly problematic if you are discussing sensitive or personal information that you don't want others to hear. Overall, face-to-face conversation is more suggested way of communication for human interaction in order to avoid misunderstanding and provide a powerful means of building relationships, exchanging information, and resolve conflicts.
What is the difference between conversation and connection? According to Sherry Turkle's article, The Flight from Conversation, we live in a technological universe in which we are always communicating, yet we have sacrificed conversation for mere connection. Now, what exactly is the difference between these two words? Connection means contact. It is a kind of degraded conversation. You have a connection when you have a Facebook interaction. You can acknowledge that you like something in a post, but it's not a conversation. It's connection without all the deeper things that can happen when you're really with someone and involved with what he or she has to say in a deeper way. While conversation means further contact, it is deeper. It is a way of communicating with someone in a face-to-face conversation instead of using technologies. In this way of communicating, we tend to know the person better. Conversation is having the empathy and commitment to put yourself in the other person's shoes. To better understand the difference between these two words, here's an example. You're sitting with your friend at dinner. You're talking, but the two of you also have your phones out. You're dividing your time between talking to each other and looking down at your phone. You keep the conversation light because you're paying attention to what's on your phone instead of having a deep conversation face to face. You tend to distract yourselves by fishing out your phones. What you have at that table isn't conversation, it's connection.
Hello. Uh, why do some people expect more on technology and less from one another? So, we live in a world of technology these days. We are in a modern world. Technology has become a crutch. We as a society have begun to lean on technology and immerse ourselves into the life of being connected rather than to have a face-to-face conversation which is much more genuine and real. In today's time, we as a society have become mentally and physically engrossed in technology. Whether it is an iPhone, iPad, computers, or laptop, we are engaging in digital technology as an escape from the outside world. Sherry Turkle has been studying how people and digital technology get along for 30 years. She suggests that digital technology is seductive because it serves the purpose that we never have to be alone. We constantly have that ability to interact in a way that makes us feel comfortable. People found a companion in technology. People think they can control technology, but technology holds people in reality. We are just connected online, but we are disconnected from each other. Because of loneliness, people are more likely to want technology as a companion because, in reality, we are just connected but lonely inside.
Which do you prefer, the traditional way of communicating through physical face-to-face with someone or using social media as the best way to relay messages? I prefer traditional face-to-face communication because it allows people to build strong relationships through non-verbal cues such as body language and facial expression. On the other hand, social media provides a convenient way to connect with people quickly, regardless of geographical boundaries. It can be an efficient way to share information and ideas with a large audience, and it can also facilitate communication in real time. However, social media communicates lacks the richness, can lead to misunderstanding and miscommunication. In summary, both traditional face-to-face and communication and social media have their advantages and disadvantages, and the best way to communicate depends on the specific context and purpose of the communication.